Our prelude this morning is African Drums by Florence Price. Today's the final Sunday of September and the Soul Matters theme of invitation. We are so pleased to welcome back Reverend Vertus LeVar Robinson. If you didn't get a chance to meet him at the Pride Party last June, let me tell you a little bit more about him. Reverend Vertus is a newly fellowshipped Unitarian Universalist minister currently serving as the Minister for Growth at the First Unitarian Church of Rochester. Reverend Vertus holds degrees in history, African American Studies, and music performance from SUNY College at Buffalo, at Brockport, SUNY University at Buffalo, and Boston University. Most recently, Reverend Vertus completed a Master's in Divinity from Meadville Lombard Theological School in Chicago, specializing in faith formation pedagogy. In addition to his ministries, Reverend Vertus serves as the executive director of the Montpelier Community Gospel Choir, sharing the hope, joy, and inspiration of African American gospel music in Vermont. He is finishing up his tenure at the as interim director of the National Issues Forums Institute. In addition, Reverend Vertus serves on 3 national UU committees. He's a busy guy. He resides in Rochester, where he was born and raised, and is a genealogist in his spare time, if he has any spare time. He shares his home with 2 cats, Prince Caspian and Prince Ali. Welcome, Reverend Vertus. We're really glad you're here. I'm Mary Malia Cannon, today's service leader. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm joined by Brandon Martinez on AV and Jenny Mombre on piano. Welcome, members, friends, and visitors to UU of East Aurora. We are a community which believes our differences make us better, a place where all are welcomed, regardless of belief systems, ethnicities, culture, gender, sexual orientation, neurodiversity, or economic standing. We are in a safe space. Now please stand in body or spirit and say hi to a person near you. Even if you've already chatted before settling in, take a moment to say a quick hello. If you're on Zoom, hi people on Zoom.
Still giving out mom hugs like randomly.
Are there any announcements?
I just happened to be here. Well, good morning, everyone. It's so nice to see everybody. We have a very special coffee hour this morning, so I'm hoping everyone will stay and enjoy our ice cream social. So it looks to me to be rather wonderful. But the downside of this is that we noticed that no one has signed up for coffee hour for next week. Now, you know, I have said before, if no one signs up, it's Fig Newtons from the back of my freezer, and that is a really bad choice. So please, the sign-up sheet is by the coffee cups in the receiving room, or what do we call it? The living room. So please, someone sign up and, you know, and look at future dates because we want to get every Sunday filled.
All right, I'm Rich Mullicanen. I wanted to ask, who is worried about the upcoming election? All right. Who decided that you don't want to knock on doors or make phone calls? All right, so I got something for you here. See how you tricked you into that? So in 2020 and 2022, we ran a Get Out the Vote campaign, and we're able, because we're letter writing, we're able to target swing states. So if you're interested in joining it, please see me. We're going to have a kickoff event on Wednesday this week at 6 o'clock right here. We're going to serve Fig Newtons.
From the back of my freezer.
No, we're gonna have pizza and salads. So please join us, even if you just want to find out, you're not sure. We're going to talk about what's it all about, but we're also going to start writing. And if you decide you didn't want to do it, you can just leave at that point after you get a few Fig Newtons in you. So again, that's Wednesday night, October 2nd, 6 p.m. Let me know you're coming so I can make sure I have enough pizza to go around. Thank you.
Hi, just a quick update for Soul Matters. We're going to meet on the 4th, except for December. For the most part, we're going to meet on the 4th Monday of every month. So on here it says the 21st. It's actually going to be the 28th. So.
Good morning. I'm Rebecca Whiteman, your board chair. I have an official announcement. So in 2 weeks, on Sunday, October 13th, right after service, we're going to have a congregational meeting, a special meeting for all members. It'll be immediately following the service. We want to vote on a proposal by the Board of Trustees to use $35,000 from the endowment fund, along with $10,000 for the Futures Committee fund to hire for 2 positions this year. One is a quarter-time minister, Reverend Vertus Robinson, who's with us today, and the other is approximately a 1/3 time congressional life person. So we just invite all members to please stay after the meeting in 2 weeks, October 13th, right after the service. And another announcement, just to get people thinking of next year already, we're going to have a couple of openings. One is Buildings and Grounds Chair. Bill Josephak, who's been doing a fantastic job, is going to finish up this year. Fantastic job. But he wants to train someone to take over for next year. He's got all the schedules of when we need to have inspections by the town, safety inspections and that kind of thing. So please see any board member or Bill Josephak if you're interested at all in kind of being an apprentice to him this year. The other thing is, come May, we're going to need to fill 3 positions on the board. We've got 3 people coming off, and I've got some ideas. But if you're interested, please see any board member if you're interested in that. Also, we don't have a child care person this morning. Unfortunately, Carly had a family emergency, so she couldn't make it. But this is an intergenerational service, so unless there's toddlers that have to go, outside of the room to be entertained for a while, I think we'll be okay. But any concerns with that, just let me know. And I think that'll do it. Thanks. Oh, question. Sorry, Jim.
Yeah, is there a proxy option for the congregation?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, there is. Give your proxy to any member or, a board member if you're not going to be able to attend the congregational meeting October 13th. You're welcome.
This is Announcement City today. We may be here 4 hours having announcements. Couple of things. Last week I was handing out postcards, which were, there's postcards, names, addresses, various scripts to send a nonpartisan note to voters in Ohio to please come out and vote. I have a few more. I have 6 packs of 10 each. You provide the postage. They must be sent before October 9th so these people can get their absentee ballots. So if you are interested, see me afterwards. Also, there is a group called the Greater Buffalo Memorial Society, which some of you are familiar with. It is being reinvigorated. It's been around since 1960. What it is you join this group. Lifetime membership is $35. And they contract with a funeral home in the area for the lowest possible price. So if you have a family member who is a member of this group and they pass away, you contact that funeral home and they will give you the lowest possible price. I used it when Charlie passed away last year. I was totally satisfied. It was a very easy experience. So if you are interested in this, I have a bunch of handouts. They are having another meeting. You don't have to go to the meeting. All you need to do is join this group and you're a member forever, and it covers you all over the country because there are various groups in various places throughout the country, and there's an 800 number.
Judy,
Yes.
did you say those were postcards?
Yes, they're postcards.
What's the postage on there?
56 cents.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Good morning, everybody. You can hear me. So the Unitarian Universalist Church of Buffalo is hosting for Surge Buffalo, which is a multiracial organization that works to dismantle systematic racism. So on Thursday, they're having a get-together meeting at 6 o'clock. I'll post this on the cork board, and there's a little QR code if you want to attend. There'll be food. And they sent me 2 flyers about it. It says, a mass meeting about white people's role in 2025. So I had reached out to them during, it was like, White Women for Kamala Harris, and then they messaged me you should join this, so I did, and then they called me, and I said, I was thinking in the back of my mind, I should tell my church about it. And then when I heard it was hosted at the Buffalo church, I said, even more reason now. So I'll post that over there. If anyone's interested, I'll be going, but the girls have lacrosse, so Josh will be there. But I'll be there. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. So, how many of you love being part of this church? Raise your hands. And how many of you want to see it grow? So, hosting movies in the park can help us do just that. It's a chance for us to expand our reach, grow our community, and be seen by families across East Aurora all summer long. Imagine our church name out there every week for 8 weeks, connecting with families and kids. This isn't just about movies, it's about making our church an even bigger part of the community. We just need a few more volunteers to make it happen. So, will you join us? Just a few more volunteers. Thank you.
Okay, our Halloween party this year is Saturday, November 2nd. And I need somebody who can read Spanish. I have a book for the kids to learn about, because we're doing it in conjunction with the Day of the Dead. And so I need someone. So I have a book, and half of it, one page is English, the other is Spanish. So if anybody can read Spanish and read the story to the kids, I would appreciate that. Coming to the party.
So the last announcement is in the work that we have done here in this church, people have about being allies for LGBTQ+, allies for culture differences, allies for many different reasons. I've heard many times, well, what else can we do? What else can we do? And so there is the justice movement's Aiming for Allyship customized a course for the UU context, and it's over 5 sessions, and it's 12 hours. So there is a flyer in the back if anybody's interested in truly going deeper. This is one way you can do that. I begin this service by acknowledging that our nation was largely built on the ancestral land of Native nations and the labor of enslaved peoples. May we persevere to achieve a clear understanding of our shared past and utilize these lessons learned for good and for progress. Now please join me in saying the chalice lighting words that are printed on your order of service as I light the chalice. We gather this hour as people of faith, with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we've shared together. Here is Reverend Vertus with opening words.
So our opening words come from the Reverend Leslie Takahashi, and she's based out of California. And I'm going to say it, if you don't mind, because how can you not? It's from that hymn that we're going to eventually sing that says, "Come, come, whoever you are." So, come, come, whoever you are. Come with your hurts, your imperfections, your places that feel raw and exposed. Come, come, whoever you are. Come with your strengths that the world shudders to hold. Come with your wild imaginings of a better world. Come with your hopes that it seems no one wants to hear. Wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, we'll make a place for you. We'll build a home together. Ours is no caravan of despair. We'll walk together. Come, yet again come. That's by Reverend Leslie Takahashi from the words of Rumi. And please rise in body or in spirit as we sing together, "Come, come, whoever you are." That's in the gray hymnal, hymn number 188. And we're going to do this as a round. Oh. Am I hearing some grumbling? Oh, this is going to be a long service then. Can I take this off like this then? All right. Oh, it's going to be a long service. All we doing is singing. All right. All right, we're ready. We're going to sing it all once through.
The offertory is a time to remind us that UUEA cannot do anything without members and friends showing up and supporting each other. Sincere thanks to those who participate in events, volunteer their time, share their talents, and financial resources. If you are inclined to give after the service, there is a plate on the bookshelf, or you may do so online at uuea.org. Our offertory hymn is in the Teal Hymnal, number 1013, Open My Heart.
Oh, yes. We're going to bring the hum singers. Huh? Oh, yeah. Open My Heart. So we're going to sing this song from the Teal Hymnal. And you can follow along, and if you would like to sing along, feel free.
Now is the time in our program when we strengthen our circle of connection with each other by sharing our personal joys and concerns. If anyone would like to share, please come up and speak into the mic so folks on Zoom can hear you, and I will light a candle. If you are on Zoom, please type in the chat, and Brandon will read it for you, and we will light a candle here. Please know that this portion of the service is not recorded, so that what we say is held in this room and on Zoom. Thank you.
Oh. Did I do something wrong?
No, you should be fine.
Okay, great. All right. And so it is by Amy June. Who said? Someone said Amy June Bates. Did I hear someone say Amy June Bates? Who said that? Oh, fess up. Come on. I thought I heard it. Well, it is in the order of service. But Amy June Bates, co-written. I thought someone knew her. They're like, hey. Amy June Bates, that's right. And it's co-written by her daughter, Juniper Bates. So how fabulous is it for our mother-daughter team, mother-daughter duo, to write a book called The Big Umbrella. So by the front door, what's by the front door? What color is it? Red. It's a red umbrella. There it is. Point there or point there? Point there, actually. That's the one that's okay. All right. Let me take it with me. Yeah, I need it. All right. Getting used to this space, I'm like, ooh. All right. And I know that there's a camera and all that stuff. I know I'm out of the camera shot. I know. Making you work this morning. But there is this umbrella, right? And so, what do you think is going on outside that we need an umbrella? Yes. Good, Pikachu. I'm joking, Caroline. Pikachu. All right, I'm right? Yeah. What is that? I'm furry. Oh, there's somebody who's going to be even more furry on here. Just watch and see, right? So, there is an umbrella. And the umbrella is big. It's a big umbrella. Is it as big as what? Queso? I don't know queso. Who's queso? Oh, he almost broke the scale. So I think it is that big. Watch. So it is big and it is friendly. So it's a friendly umbrella. Why is it friendly? Because it has a smile on his face. Whoop. Don't want to go that far. It's catching up. And it likes to help. So it protects from the leaves coming down and from the rain and from the storms. The imagery is great. Can you advance for me? Thank you. And it likes to spread its arms wide. And it loves to, and as you can see, someone is outside of the umbrella and in the rain. It loves to give shelter. So before there was one underneath the umbrella, and then there's two. And, oh, wait, go back. And it loves to gather people in. So you see, there was once, and now there's two, and now there's how many? 4. There you go. There's 4. There's an athlete and a ballerina underneath there too. I don't know where they came from, but they're underneath the umbrella. And it loves to gather people in. Okay. And it doesn't matter how tall, as you can see, I'm not very, but it doesn't matter how tall you are or how hairy. He was told me I was hairy. I'm a little bit there. Yeah, but that guy is hairy. But it doesn't matter. Or plaid. Does anybody have on plaid today? Oh, I see some plaid. I'm going to use y'all later because this is going to come back. So I saw y'all plaid ones. Aren't you glad you wore plaid today? Do we have any hairy people? I see some hairy people. I see some beards going on. I see some long hairs. Yeah, let's go. And it doesn't matter how many legs you have. So you have the little chicklets with the 2 legs. And then you have our fur buddies with the 4 legs. So it doesn't matter how many legs you have. Some people worry that there won't be enough room underneath a big umbrella. How big is it? Can it fit everybody? It looks like it is. You say yes. Like I'm seeing that it is. All right. But the amazing thing is about this big umbrella is that there is always room. You see all the people that are underneath the umbrella. And that is the story of the big umbrella. So what does that mean? Does anyone know what does that mean when we talk about invitation? Yes. It means inviting people. It means that there's room for many and more. So as we go through this service today, the theme is come as you are, and there's always room. So that is the big umbrella. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. So now we're going to go from here to another video, and you can stay up here if you like. Just make sure I turn it on. Do I have to turn it on from here?
I can turn it on.
Great. And so this video that you're going to see, and then from the video, we're going to get into the sermon or the program part of it. Has anyone ever seen that movie, The Greatest Showman? Who have seen it? Raise your hands. Who's seen it? Oh, you've seen it too? You seen it back there? Okay, so this is the song. I love this song, This Is Me. I love this song. In the movie, this is the character of the bearded lady, and she is there, and she's making this statement about, this is me, this is who I am. But the thing about it, she's saying, this is me, but she's not by herself. She's with all the other people. A lot of them don't have beards. They have other things going on, but they're saying, this is me. So this is actually not the official lyric video. I want the rehearsal video. Yeah. So the lyric video is what's in the actual movie. But this, and once it's pulled up, is from the rehearsal. Why the rehearsal? Okay, so I was in Vermont. Has anyone been to Vermont before? Ooh, very lot more people than I expected. I had never been in Vermont until the beginning of the pandemic. And that might have been the safest place for me to be in Vermont. They only had about 200 losses the whole time. But when I was there, I did this internship at the UU church there, and we were just going over songs for a service, and this Is Me came up. And then the minister there, her name was Reverend Joan Javier Duvall. She said, have you seen the video of the rehearsal? And I was like, no, what are you talking about, the video of the rehearsal? You know, the bearded lady, right? She was like, no, you gotta watch the rehearsal. So, and I think I emailed it to you too.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you got it? All right. So the rehearsal is them without their costumes. The bearded lady doesn't have a beard. And it takes on a different meaning when everyone is just who they are and singing this song and not in the characters that they played in a circus, basically.
Can you send it to me again?
Actually, while that is, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and just give me a thumbs up when you find this. But it is, all right. Just pulling out the information. The Wi-Fi here is interesting. All right. All right. All right. So we're going to forget about that. We're going to move on. All right. But when you get a chance, make sure that you watch the rehearsal of The Greatest Showman. And if you do the search in YouTube for the rehearsal for The Greatest Showman, it'll probably come up. But what it is that it's a powerful testament to self-love and empowerment. And the words are, when the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm going to send a flood. I'm going to drown them out. I am brave. I am bruised. I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. And this is sung by the bearded lady. So what it is like an invitation to be yourself at all costs, being brave, being bold, and proclaim who you are. Well, our society doesn't really like that. Can I get an amen or no? No amen? Amen. Our society doesn't really like us to be who we really are. Even from our puritanical roots. By the way, when we talk about the Puritans, the Pilgrims, have you heard of the Pilgrims? Yes? No? Pilgrims? That's us. That's the Unitarian Universalist roots, y'all. the Puritans, the Pilgrims, the Salem witch trials, all of that are our roots. And, well, we are in an era where the word, just the word diversity or inclusion has become very problematic in certain areas of the country. Well, I remember my first sermon as a Unitarian Universalist, and it's about 15 years ago. And I began with this. Hello, my name is Vertus, and I'm a Christian. I saw some like, wait a minute, you're in a Unitarian, you know what church you're in? Do you know what church you're in, right? So has anyone ever been to the First Universalist Church in Rochester? It's right downtown Rochester, right? And so what you will see is you see the stained glass. And in the front of you, right above the organ, is a stained glass of Peter from the Bible with a sword in his hand about to chop off someone's ear. And I'm sitting up here like, okay. In the back is, in a stained glass, is Jesus with a lamb in his shoulder. And I'm sitting up here like, I'm very confused because I'm surrounded by humanists and atheists, and there's like scriptures in the rafters. I'm very confused at where I am, but something happened to me during that service. Well, let me take you a little bit back. And this is the sermon as Come As You Are, right? So I came to Unitarian Universalism as a holiness Pentecostal preacher. You ever seen some services or something like that in which there's very, very fast music going on and people are dancing, sometimes they're running around, and there's tamarines, and there's a big band, and they're just jamming away for hours. Yeah, that's where I came from. Speaking in tongues. We didn't dance with snakes, though. That's down south. We didn't do anything like that. But that's where I came from. And what had happened was I came out. I came out to myself. And I said, and this was not jiving with the faith that I came from. In fact, that year, and I was a minister too, that year, they had made some laws and some rules to say that if a minister is caught in the act, the sin of homosexuality, then that minister will be silenced and have to come and repent of their sins and sin no more. All right. So, I was like, okay, this could be my struggle. It will be my struggle for the day I die. And I just could not struggle any longer. So I left that denomination, and I was wondering where to go. So a friend of mine, at the time I was teaching at Monroe Community College, I was teaching history and African American studies. And he said, you might like my church. And I was like, oh, I've been there before, and I'm very confused because there are like all kinds of religious symbols all over the place, and there's like pride flags, and like, what do y'all believe? Do y'all believe in anything? And he couldn't really answer that, He didn't have his elevator speech down. But I was like, okay, I'll come. So I came. And he did not. Let me say that again. I went to church that day, and that day he did not. So I'm here by myself, and I'm like texting him, like, where are you? Oh, I'm sorry, I slept in this morning. Come on. Talk about a setup, right? So I get there, and the interim minister, we had an interim minister at the time, and the interim minister says an anti-Christian joke from the pulpit. And so I was like, okay, definitely not where I belong. But there were a couple of songs that welcomed me. One was, Come, Come, Whoever You Are. And so here I come, a bruised Christian, a rejected Christian, like, okay, I'm coming, as I am. And then the other one was gather the Spirit. Because I was like, wait, this is what we did as Holiness Pentecostal. This is what we did all day, every day, gather the Spirit. And here we are in the Unitarian Universalist Church and gather the Spirit, harvest the power. And I was like, okay, I like this song. This is gelling with me. But that sermon did not. I was like, okay, this is not the place for me, unfortunately. And I'm very confused because I see Jesus in back of me and Peter in the front of me. And I'm saying, like, okay, I'm very confused here. It was in coffee hour where I had a conversion experience. What do you mean, coffee hour, that you had a conversion experience? Well, this 85-year-old gentleman decided to, out me in front of everyone. He just came up to me because I was the only black person in the room. And so I was used to that, by the way, very, very used to that, being in classical music. So he said, hey, are you gay? And I was like, what the hey? Yes, I am. Well, that's great. Almost fell on my chair, like, wait a minute. What kind of church is this? Because I'm not used to this. That's great. What do you mean by that's great? Well, do you have a boyfriend? Not yet. Well, when you do, bring him, because he's welcome here too. And I was like, okay, this is an odd church. What kind of a church is this? So then there was a table of church ladies. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to get away from this guy, because I'm getting a little creeped out a little bit. You want me to bring my boyfriend. I don't even have one. And I'm not used to this in coffee hour. So I decided to sit down with them, and I was just like, they wanted to know a little bit my story. I was just like, yeah, I came from a faith that believes that I'm a sinner because, I'm gay. They were not laughing. They basically clutched their pearls, if you will, literally, clutched their pearls and said, oh my goodness. Then, one by one, they embraced me. This is pre-COVID, so they embraced me. They held me in their arms, one by one, and whispered affirmations into my ears, saying, there is nothing wrong with you. We love you as you are. You are more than welcome here. And just kept on repeating. I hear those affirmations to this day. And that's how I became a Unitarian Universalist. How did I become a Christian again? That's another story for another day. But there's something about the healing power of our love. There's something that when I'm coming from a faith that focused on the fear of a God and being sent to the fiery pits of hell, even for the finite sin, the concept of sinners being reconciled with the divine and being welcomed into the loving arms did not sit well with me still. But here I was, an African American in the sea of whiteness. Yeah. There's a book by Mark Morrison Reed that I was given called Black Pioneers in a White Denomination. So, Unitarian Universalism is a predominantly white denomination, but this says black pioneers in a white denomination. Well, you really can't call it a white denomination then. Why? Oh, I like people talking back to me. Why? If there were black pioneers in the denomination, then it's not a white denomination. It is predominantly. So, Have you ever found an occasion where you felt the need to hide yourself? A situation where you felt the need to assimilate. When in Rome, have you everyone heard that expression, when in Rome? And in certain occasions, it's for safety purposes, right? It's to self-preservation. It's out of fear, but really out of the need for us to belong. That's exactly what I did when I became a Unitarian Universalist. I assimilated. It's not simulated, but assimilated. What do you mean by assimilated? I didn't bring my blackness with me. Oh yeah, I was taught classical music, and so I was singing Handel and Mozart and everything. I wouldn't dare sing a spiritual. I wouldn't dare bring my full self into Unitarian Universalism. That did not happen until I became a minister. It took me that long, 12 years. What did it? Me being an intern minister in Vermont. Why? What do you know about Vermont? Or what do you think about Vermont? I see Richard. What is it? What do you mean by it's white? I thought it had green mountains, not white mountains. The Green Mountain State. I'm sorry, I have to bring my blackness into the room whenever I come in. I'm tired of hiding it. Why? Because when I got to Vermont, which is less than 1% African American, there's more Latinx people than African American there, but it's about 95% white. They expected me not to be like them, but to bring my full self there. That's how I became the director of a gospel choir. A gospel choir in Vermont? What is a gospel choir doing in Vermont? Let me tell you, they can sing. And if they did not sing, I would have nothing to do with it. But they acknowledged that this is not our music. Just as we acknowledge that this is not our land. They acknowledge it, and then they sang the hell out of it. I'm like, right on. Another thing that happened when I was in Vermont was we had a congregant who was Indian, from India. And they have an annual Diwali service. A Diwali service? What is a Diwali service? Does anybody know what a Diwali service is? Does anybody know? Yes, what is a Diwali? What is Diwali? Yes, so it's a celebration of light, renewal, and it is very spiritual within the Hindu faith. So we come to church, and the whole church is decked out in color, and we have different music playing, and she was able to share a part of her culture with the congregation who largely have never stepped a foot in India. We were transported through her bringing herself into not a melting pot, but into the mosaic. We're all parts of that pot, that broken pot, that when we come together, we are whole, and not what's in the pot, melted away, blended into a goo. We're not goo. Maybe gumbo, though. Maybe a little spice in there. But there was one point of the service in which we were chanting. And we were chanting this song. And she sat there as we were chanting in Hindu, all of us together. and she broke down and wept. She looked around and saw that she was not alone, and that she felt definitely a part of that community because she was her authentic self. So, I'm going to teach you a song that when I was in Brooklyn, I went to the Unitarian Universalist Church in Brooklyn, and it reminds me all the time that I am welcomed here, that I can bring myself into this place and be welcomed. So, let me teach you the song. Okay. The words are, whoever you are, repeat after me, whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are, on this life's journey, you are welcomed here. So whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are, on this life's journey, you are welcome here. All right, so I'm going to sing it for you, and then we're going to sing this. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on this life's journey, you are welcomed here. So whoever you are, whoever you are, whomever you love, whomever you love, wherever you are, wherever you are on this life's journey, on this life's journey, you're welcomed here. You are welcomed here. And one more time, whoever you are, whoever you are, whomever you love, whomever you love, wherever you are, wherever you are, on this life's journey, you are welcomed here. And if you can play underneath. This church is like a big umbrella. We are big, or big-ish, maybe getting bigger. We're definitely friendly, or maybe. I've got some looks during my sermon. But you love to help, right? All those announcements. This church loves to spread its arms wide. We love to give shelter. We gather people in like this morning. No matter how tall or not, no matter how hairy or plaid, no matter how many legs we have. But some people here might worry that we might not have enough room. But the amazing thing is about this church, in any given Sunday, with your hearts, when love is at the center, when the invitation is genuine, when we walk the talk, There will always be room. We just have to keep the doors open wide. Wherever you are, wherever you are on this life journey, you are welcomed here. Now we're going to change the you to I, whoever I am, whoever I am, whoever I am, whomever I love, whomever I love, wherever I am on this life's journey, wherever I am on this life's journey, I am welcomed here. If you can rise in body or in spirit, let's just sing that. Whoever I am, whoever I am, whoever I love, whomever I love, wherever I am, wherever I am, on this life's journey, I am welcome here. One more time, and say this to a person next to you, whoever you are. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are, on this life's journey, you are welcomed here. All right. Thank you. You may be seated. Again from Leslie Takahashi, she says, let us see the fractions, the spectrum, the margins. Let us open our hearts to the complexity of our worlds. Let us make our lives sanctuaries to nurture our many identities. The day is coming when we will know that the rainbow world is more gorgeous than monochrome. That a river of identities can ebb and flow over the static, stubborn rocks in its course, and that the margins hold the center. And I'll add that at that center is love. So come as you are, be free, live inspired, and inspiring the world. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be. Now, everybody's like, where is this sermon going? I'm not sure where it's going. I have no idea where it's going either. But that's how it is sometimes. Now let's rise in body and in spirit as we sing our closing hymn, Love Will Guide Us. And let's get the hum singers up. Yeah, let's get the hum singers up. Love Will Guide Us. And I believe this is in the great hymnal, no, 131. And if you know this, feel free to do it without your hymnal, so maybe we can get a little clapping going on here. I gotta bring who I am, y'all. You know, I love to clap, so I am a former Holiness Pentecostal, so. has been a pleasure being with you this Sunday morning. Please be blessed. Be who you are. Be free, truly free, and live inspiring the world. And as we extinguish our chalice, let's say our unison words. We extinguish the flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment.